So Anthony's birthday is coming up, and recently we've been playing a lot of racing games at the arcade, and he's getting quite good at them. So for his birthday, I decided to make his own arcade-style racing seat for the PlayStation. So first things, I went to Up Garage, and I got this front seat, which is the regular front seat from a Honda. So when guys here change their seats out for racing seats, I mean, they haven't got the space at home to keep the old seat, so they just leave it at the shop, and the shop sells it for next to nothing. So this seat's in very good condition. I got right inside and sniffed it and everything, and it doesn't stink, it's all clean, there's hardly any dust or anything. And I paid 1,700 yen for this, which is about 11 quid. So this was a bargain. So first of all, I need to modify this seat a little bit, and then I'm going to build a frame around it. So these two rails are the regular sliding rails of the car, which are nice and flat. But of course they have these fittings on each end, which are all different heights and lengths to get around the complex kind of bucket contoured shape of a car. So I need to remove these fittings, but these bolts are not screwed on or removable. I'm going to have to angle grind these bolts out first and then take off these fittings. So now I've removed all these mountings, which was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. Don't know what these bolts were made of, but they were pretty tough alloy, whatever it was. So that's done now, and it's nice and flat. So now I can start to try and make a frame to go around it. Now that those fittings have gone from the base of the seat, it's nice and flat. So I can just mount it onto any old piece of wood as the base, and I haven't got to worry about supporting the back, because I just tried sitting in the chair, and even with my full weight leaning backwards, it doesn't fall back. All the weight is on the base, so I've just got to put a few screws in to fix it into place. And after that, I need to make some sort of frame to come around the base of the chair, and something to support the pedals, which have to be raised a little bit up because his feet are so short, and then something to come up and support the steering wheel. Now, to make this, I decided to copy something one of my friends had done, and he made a base out of PVC pipes, and I quite like this idea. The main reason and advantage for me is these are so easy to work with, and they're so cheap. The circular saw cuts through these with no effort at all, and I can get nice perfect cuts. So that's why I'm using these PVC pipes, and I have no idea yet what shape I'm going to do. So I went and bought a load of these fittings, some T-junctions, some corner elbows and some angle elbows, and I estimated how many I would need, and then I bought double. So that's this big pile here. So what I'll do is I'll take back the ones I don't use. So copying was the thing my friend had done, is he made just a base around the bottom. I'm going to go one step further and try to make the sides come up a little bit, and then something over the top, kind of a bit like a roll cage in a rally car or something. So it really feels like he's sitting inside a cockpit. That's the basic idea. So I'm going to start now and just experiment, and then make it up as I go along, and then record when I've got something better to show. So making it up as I went along, this is the shape I came up with for the front end. The construction is basically the pipes hammered into the joints, and then to fix them into place, I put a screw into every joint, which holds them nice and firm in position. The width of the whole design came out to be a little bit over 60 centimeters. So I went down the DIY store, and this is very low quality plywood, this wood, and it's meant as temporary construction board. But it's painted on one side, so it's kind of finished nicely on one side. So it's convenient because it's the right width. So I bought one sheet of this, which was about 1,000 yen, so that maybe £6 or £6.50 or something, and that means a lot less messing about. So to support the steering wheel, there's the main strut going up the side with the cycle bar going across, and then there's one more piece coming up like this, and then to hold these two bars in position, there's just a thin strip of wood just screwed from underneath, which fixes them to the right width. And then this steering wheel is just bolted down onto that with the standard clamps. So that's the basic front end designed. Now I'm going to attach it to this piece of wood and then do a test fitting with the pedals to get them into the right position, and then fix the seat on. And here is the finished result. I completed the roll cage round the back with just one upright support. It doesn't have to be that strong. And I mounted it onto the yellow piece of wood, both the seat and the roll cage. And then also I put some wheels underneath the base so it's easy to wheel around. Anthony, can you go turn it around? So it can easily be wheeled out of the way. And the pedals, I found that just raising them up on one piece of 2x4 turned out to be exactly the right height that I needed, so that was quite easy. And that's really about it. Anthony, go get into it. There, so you see it's the perfect size for Anthony. And try the pedals, accelerate and brake. Good, good, good. And that's it. So, quite cheap to do, quite easy, and now he has his own racing seat.
Game.
Racing game, okay.